Wholeness, harmonious vibrations. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm Divine Lady Ninhursag. And just to continue with our earlier conversation about domestic abuse can steal all your hopes and dreams and keep you from living a life of abundance. And I'm not just saying that, I'm saying that because I'm really having and a realization that when you're in an abusive relationship and you're having feelings of shame, guilt, unworthiness, those feelings can stay with you long after out of that relationship. And I'm only realizing this now because I actually have a coach, a life coach, a spiritual life coach. I actually have a coach that is helping me through the process with her enlightenment, with her insight, with her divine alignment. And the only way that I was able to even connect with her is because I placed myself in a position of divine alignment as well. And just so that you know, there's always going to be some type of process that you're going to work through, that you're going to try to figure out. And I'm actually a spiritual life coach myself. So I am learning the tools needed to help others. And that's the only reason that we're here. We're here to learn and then help someone else. That's our divine job. That's what we're all here to do. Yeah, some people are here to be doctors, lawyers, nurses. Some people are here to be professional students, if you will. But really, once you take away all the distractions, all the things that keep us from living our greatest version, once you take all that away, the only reason that we're here to help each other. Because I'm you, you're me, and we're all a reflection of the great divine. It's really that simple. But us humans, we're divine souls. We're divine souls living a human experience. But when we're in our human form and the human side, the physical side, not the spiritual side, when the physical side takes over, it's like we do all of these other things that are not serving us. Yeah, we have good jobs and they give us good money and all that good stuff. But are they taking you from your divine path and what you're here to do for humanity? What you're here to do to evolve your soul? Because that's the real reason we're here, is to evolve so we can move to the next level. Because if you keep on going through the same experiences, your soul isn't growing. You're not growing. You're not going to elevate back to where we were. And that was with Source, with God, with the divine. So being in a domestic abuse relationship, it tears down. And, I'm starting to even think that people that live through domestic abuse, I mean, when we were sitting at the table with our divine team and we were planning out, this is before we came to Earth, of course, came to this life, to this existence. And we were sitting around and we were talking and we were like, yeah. Sometimes I think to myself, you was tripping when you planned out your chart, because why in anybody's name would you want to go through domestic abuse? Would you want to go through being beat down physically, being beat down mentally, being beat down emotionally? And when I started walking the divine path consciously, I met masters, ascended masters, and other avatars that were like, you do know you chose this. This is something you chose, because if you weren't going through this, if you didn't choose it, you wouldn't be going through it. And I would say to myself, what? These people are crazy. Ain't no way in hell I chose this. There's no way. You know, that was ego. But that's what I was thinking. I mean, I was being honest with myself, and I'm being honest with you now. That's what I was thinking. Like, I didn't choose this, and I don't know why I'm going through this, but I didn't choose this. He's crazy. That's on a spiritual level. Well, that was on a physical level, but on a spiritual level, I chose these things because I wanted to propel my soul to the next stage of its evolution. That's really why I chose it. And that just came to me divinely inspired. So there is hope. You don't have to, if you're in an abusive relationship right now, you don't have to be. No means am I telling you to leave. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not any type of person that has any degrees in the field. All I'm doing is sharing my story. I always want you to be safe and stay safe. I will never tell anybody to leave right now, because that's not realistic. I didn't leave right when I knew I wanted to leave. I left when I was fed up, when I didn't want to take it anymore. And I still went back, I think, like 2 or 3 times before I finally left for the last time. And I still wasn't free. I still had to go through drama, beating down my door, he knocking on the front door, his friends knocking on my bedroom window, and somebody knocking on the back door all at the same time. That's psychological warfare. I still had to go through that. I still had to go through, because I couldn't have a phone in my house. He wouldn't let me have a phone. I still had to go through running down the street in the middle of the night with panties on and a t-shirt. And not a big t-shirt either. You know, I done gained some weight over the years now. So yeah, I wear a big t-shirt now. But yeah, I had on a little t-shirt then. So I'm glad it was maybe like 2 in the morning and no one was really outside, because I was trying to get to a payphone. I had had enough. And I'm running down the street in full top speed. I'm glad I had track on my side. I ran track for a little bit when I was in high school. So I'm running down the street at top speed in the middle of the night, about 2 a.m. because he's just come from hanging out and drinking wherever he was. And I get to the payphone. There's a little rain going on, a little bit of rain. And I get to the payphone and the phone shocks me and I just fall to my knees. Now, I don't know what was going on with him. I think I would have been a hell of a track star, because I dusted him and I had fell down to my knees, and I think I was there for like a couple of minutes before he even showed up. I can laugh now, but trust me, I wasn't laughing back then. I'm laughing now because I see my growth. I know my growth. And when you look back over your life, every time I hear that song, boy, it brings tears to my eyes. Because as I look back over my life, from where I was to where I am now, oh my goodness. So I fell down to the ground with that payphone in my hand that didn't work because it shocked the crap out of me. I don't know if it was just from the rain or it had some wires exposed or whatever, or even if it was even divine intervention. And I I just dropped because I knew he was behind me. I knew he was behind me, and I knew that he was going to get me. That's really it. I knew he was about to get me. You know, I didn't know what to expect. And he just stood over me and said, I can't believe he was going to call the police on me. And walked away. Walked away. Psychological warfare. That is psychologically beating you down. And that's just an example. Just there's so many examples. I just can't even imagine. I mean, I didn't even really go deep into the story, you know, of how I opened the door and he just started beating on me immediately. No explanation, no talking, no nothing. And then come to find out it was something somebody said and that wasn't even true. Who does that? So I just want to say that because of those experiences, I find and I realize now I'm having this revelation as I'm talking to you. As I said, this is therapy for me, as well as it may help someone else. Like I said, because I'm no longer in a relationship like that at all. I haven't been for many years. I think my youngest son was, I think, like 20. I mean, he was 4 years old right around that time. And now he's 24. So it's been some time. And look how long it's taken for me to even realize that the experiences from that relationship are keeping me from living my greatest version, that are keeping me from being the best that I could possibly be, that are keeping me from abundance in my life. That is so freaking eye-opening. But do not be discouraged, because there are things that you can do that you can become worthy. Think of yourself as being worthy. You know, think of yourself without shame or feeling any type of guilt. There is a way. There is hope. You don't have to give up and you don't have to be in despair, because I was in despair. And if you're in despair, trust me, I know what you're talking about. I'm not making this up. This is my life experiences. These are the things that I've been through, and I'm not even that old. I'm a nice, under 50. I still got a few years, but this is such awesome. And I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful that I was given the even as a child, I'm so thankful that I was given the know-withal to listen, to respect authority, to, even though I knew if somebody was telling me something and I really didn't want to be bothered with it or listen to it, I had enough sense about myself with the family that I grew up with and with the era that I grew up in, that you just listened anyway. You just like, okay, but in your head, you was going, I don't know what she talking about. She better leave me alone or whatever. But you didn't bat your eyes and you didn't do any of that. And I say that I'm so glad I had the wherewithal to listen to people and to listen to authority, because I'm able to be in this coaching program that I'm in, that's helping me change my life, that's helping me learn so that I can help other people change their life and receive information with the open mind, and now with the open heart. With the open heart. Because until you open your heart, things are going to be not going to be as easy as they could be. And we know that the heart is where Christ lives. Christ lives in the heart. So I want you to know that there's hope. You don't have to live in despair. You don't have to put up with an abusive relationship, but prepare yourself mentally, physically. Always make sure you're safe. And we'll continue to have these conversations as I have more revelations, as I have more enlightenment and understanding, that I will be able to pass it on to you. And maybe you can pass it on to someone else. But the bottom line of this video was that past abusive relationships can still be keeping you from living your best version, keep you from living an abundant life. But you can do something about it. You can change it. Start preparing yourself mentally, physically, and make sure you're safe. And all will be well. Ask the divine for assistance. And I know things will be well. I love you with my whole soul. I'm Divine Lady Ninhursag. And have an awesome and amazing day.